Hello everyone and welcome to the Digital Diversity Project and welcome to our final episode of Penny Larceny Gig Economy Supervillain. This game has been a lot. It has been so damn much. Hey Bayou, how you doing? Hey Tangled! Welcome to the final episode where we get to be our gayest and do our crimest. And I tell you what, I'm ready for this. When I started off this year, I did not expect to immediately jump into a game that would compel me so hard that I knew I had to see it through to the end. Generally here on the channel, we try and cover as many games as possible, but there are times when we find a game that, in order to give it the attention and care it deserves, especially when it's handling this many very sensitive subjects, we see it through to the end. So for those who might have missed the first two episodes, they are available on the YouTube, on our archive over on Digital Diversity Project on YouTube. Episode 1 and 2 are there, as well as so many games we've streamed over the year. Hey Two Flower, welcome. We have the wonderful Dev in chat themselves, who I think is as keen to see me finish this game as I am to finish it. We are up to 8+ hours now, and we're finally at it. We have one caper each for the Overmistress and for the other possible romantic partner we've chosen. Our wonderful conflicted cape, Farsight. And I'm really hyped for this. I need this today, and I'm very excited for it today. So I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you're all safe as you can be and proud of who you are. Remember, digital diversity is a community effort. This is all about spotlighting and giving positive attention to queer games and the incredible folks that make them. We have such a wonderful indie community of queer devs because indie games are one of the only places where we can make games like these and see games like these. And as we see more games like these, new people come in and they want to tell their stories too, and that's what we want to do. How's everyone doing? I hope you all are well. It's been a week, and I don't know how emotionally prepared I am for tonight, but we're gonna make this happen, and we're gonna do this right. So, I've got just my emotional support cat here. Ryden's here having a sleep. He's a good kitty, just like we have Gibson in game, who is a wonderful kitty. So, are we ready for this? Are we ready for this? I'm trying to be ready for this. Like, 2 of the 6 endings. Yes, this game does have 6 endings. Oh god, there's 6? Oh, bloody hell. These queer folks, right? Making amazing games that just have multiple ways to play them through and, like, ways to make yourself feel seen and give you lots of really cool options. Mayhem Overmistress 4K Farsight. Huh? And huh? Just like imagining that last one was like the Tim Allen grunt. Huh? Who is Tim Allen? I got a lot of leather on in support of the overmistress tonight because I know she likes leather, and wanna do things right tonight. Okay, I'm ready. Y'all are ready. We're here. We're queer. We're gonna fucking do this. The final caper. All right. The next day, something odd happened. A text message from out of the blue over Crimer. I was assuming my overmistress would contact me soon so we could work together outside of the Crimer payout system. But instead, I got a message from Ghost Pepper, a masked friend of mine. She makes a mean pot of chili. Oh, I get it. Yeah, I get it. Hey, I just got my ass kicked by a cape named Farsight who claims she knows you. Farsight agreed to let me walk if I sent you her phone number. So she wants to talk to you and it's urgent. Fighting crime just to fucking gives Farsight a phone number. I fucking love that. Just passing along, I wouldn't recommend it. Nothing good comes from working with capes. I'll be in hiding for a bit if you need me. Farsight needs me? I can't deny that I care about her. We have an uneasy relationship, but it's one I've wanted to explore. But if I do this, if I go for this, there's probably no getting back on my previous track. I'm with Farsight till the end of the line. I'd be okay with that, but I'd be more than okay with that. But what do you think? Alright, here we go. Save point. Why is there no fucking... No, save there. We'll save there. Okay. Here we go. So. Which do we want to see first? Farsight first, the complex cape, who we have carefully corrected down a course of... you know, not seeing things in fucking black and white, and seeing the corruption that capitalism has created through the capes and Crimer network. Sorry, I'm in alliteration mode today. I don't know why. I'm just like, what do we want? Or we go for the overmistress, our patron saint, cult leader Dommy Mummy, with a penchant for leather and tacos. It's our choice. We've got both options. Like, both options are here, so we need a choice. So we like start with Farsight, finish with the overmistress, start with the overmistress, finish with Farsight. Gosh. It's a tough choice. It's a tough choice. Tangled, what do you think? I'll let you make the call. Also, yeah, it really is game. It's like, hey, I'll let you go this one time, but can you pass my phone number on to someone? Just pass it on. And you can go. Just go. I'm gonna have to flip a coin. Like, I'm gonna say both of them, but it's like, where's my closure at in this one? I think it needs to be oh, actually no, we have here we go. We have my my coin from GDQ. We have the Samus save or kill one. So red for the overmistress, blue for Farsight. What? Red it is. Time for the overmistress. Kinda sucks to abandon her like this, but you're right. She's a hero. She's capable. She can figure out her own messes. I leave the message on red and get on with my day. Oh god, don't you just ghosting her. That's fine. With my Crimer job access expiring, so ends the era of Penny Larceny, gig economy supervillain. And begins the rise of Penny Larceny, right hand of the overmistress. I never pictured myself as a royal consort or in any sort of sincere romance, but can't say I have any complaints. And judging from the way I make my overmistress declare yes, yes, yes in private, I can't say she's got any complaints either. Just not boasting. Not boasting. It helps that we're both in on the grift. We're gonna use this cult to live our lives as we deserve. Now to sit back and wait for my overmistress to call on me. Penny Larceny is ready for action. Any minute now. Okay, what the hell? She's not responding to text or anything. Wow, really? We ghost someone and now we're complaining about being ghosted. I thought the right hand would, you know, be grabbing stuff all over the place. Why even have a right hand if you aren't grabbing stuff? I haven't seen my overmistress in forever. Penny, it's been one day. I know, like forever. Ooh, a text. Never mind. Complaint retracted. The overmistress requires her right hand immediately. Please come to Destructos and be prepared for various shenanigans. Have you mentioned right hand before? Now it's like, yeah. Hey, hell yeah, shenanigans. Wait, she wants you to go to Destructos? Why? She wants to go on a date, obviously. It's not just watering hole for criminal scum, it's also a super hot date spot. Yeah, it sounds like an ambush. What sort of bush? A gorse bush? And this date involves shenanigans, apparently? I mean, what kind of date doesn't involve shenanigans, right? Like, if you're going on a date and there's no shenanigans involved, is it really a date? It's like, is a game really a game if it doesn't have crates? And a fishing minigame? Fishing minigame's like optional, but you definitely know if you've got a fishing minigame, you definitely have a game. Crates are just like the standard. It does when you're dating me. Okay, have fun. I'll be busy raiding tonight with my guild. Game has crates, or the yeah, exactly. This game has crates. I wasn't saying it didn't have crates, but it doesn't have a fishing minigame. Why doesn't it have a fishing minigame? I still remember with the fucking the validate folks and ending up in this big conversation about like the controversial opinion that games should be allowed to have fishing mini games. Go check out Validate. Validate is another fantastic game, but on with this. I love that Gibson's just an incessant WoW player. As I ascend the elevator to Destructos, I recheck my gear. Grapple gun, smoke bombs, flashbangs, magnesium flares, lockpicks in my hair, up my sleeves, in places that are none of your business. Some quick disguise items like wigs and fake noses and glasses, handcuffs and rope for disabling guards. Don't you think you're overdoing it a little? It's not a date, it's a date not caring for. It's not, what are you... Do you think you're underdoing it? What about caltrops and glue bombs? Don't you think you should just go for target? Caltrops are difficult to wrangle without poking yourself, and as for glue bomb, we don't want to repeat the sticky incident. The sticky incident. I think I've got more than enough to handle whatever tonight throws at me. It's honestly a lot more gear than I usually carry. I prefer to pack light and move fast. This much crap weighs me down. Sticky. Also, we've got the handcuffs and rope, just in case, you know, the date goes really well in one direction or another. You know, multiple directions a date can go that ends up in handcuffs and rope in a positive way. But only the best for my overmistress. This way we can do any fun crime we want, and I can leave the extra bits with Destructo for safekeeping. Gotta love a bar where you can leave your, like, items of your tools of the trade. Hey, I'm here to save the day, my overmistress. Please, just call me Kiara tonight. No titles or formalities. I have had more than enough formality for one evening, or 1 week, or possibly a lifetime. Preparing for this exhausting gala has positively tapped my ability to adhere to social niceties. Yeah, that's a fucking mood. Just like dealing with the real world on an everyday basis is enough to remove your ability to adhere to social niceties. Sometimes you just want to pick up a brick. Curious, I glanced around Destructo's, which is definitely swankier than usual. Old man Destructo tidied up, straightening all the furniture, polished every surface. And all around me are men in black ties and women in formal dresses, each wearing masks, but otherwise feeling like the cream of the crop. Oh, shit, I didn't realize you were throwing a serious social shindig. Indeed, a most serious soiree. The elite have gathered at the behest of the cult of the many-faceted one to revel in our power. Will there be tacos or blood orgies? Because I didn't prepare for tacos. You need an extra shirt just in case like you get sauce everywhere. Politicians, heads of state, corporate tycoons, celebrities and influencers beyond compare, all are present. A veritable who's who of absolute elite. You can tell she wasn't raised in an English a British English speaking background. Otherwise, be who's whom, I believe is the correct terminology there, the way of putting it. And here am I, geared up like I'm gonna steal the Mona Lisa. Do you want me to head home and switch to my formal wear? Okay, I want to see Penny in formal wear. I want to know that classic tux. I'm thinking classic tux with just like little hints of aesthetic change. Absolutely not. You are properly prepared for your assigned task this evening. Is that the correct form? God, why does it feel like it should be who's whom? I never like how whom gets used. It's overcorrection. That'd be it. I think we get less the language, more of a muggling. Yeah, it really is. Talking about this in another group the other day, it's just like English is just stolen words from every other culture smashed in together, which is incredible considering how much the English stole from every other culture. And usually stuck it in a museum. What? Sorry. We're playing this game. I'm gonna be upfront about it, okay? Yeah, exactly. It beats up other languages and allied roots as pocket for adverbs. Why doesn't this language have a word for this? Because that word did come from there, and the English stole it, along with most of its treasures. Party's over. Mission briefing. I require you to ruin my party. What? I have spent a positively exhausting effort providing fine entertainment for these greedy, vain, power-hungry monsters. Yeah, 100%. They're, let's say, cult-adjacent players, relying on my talents to organize events which further their own goals. And do they show gratitude? Oh, they bow and scrape and soak me with honeyed words, but in their heart, they are disgusted by me. Alas, I must smile and pretend we all get along, be the overmistress, proper and poised. Problem with defending the purity of the English language is that English is about as pure as a croup. Yeah, don't borrow words on occasion. This puts your language down. Alleyways to be the... Yeah, exactly, 100%. The overmistress here is giving me very strong what's the terminology for like the performative queerness of like minimizing everything, like decency, what is it, like trying to be like decent and family friendly. I can't remember the term for it. It's been one of those respectability politics. That's it. It's like, well, if we don't demonstrate ourselves to be too queer, and if we don't, you know, do kink at Pride, and we don't do sex work, and we don't shove our queerness in people's faces, and all of that stuff, then people will be nice to us and leave us alone, and they'll say they're allies, and it'll be fantastic, and we'll all just get along all peachy keen. Forgetting that Pride started as a riot, and that respectability politics has no place in our society. I mustn't risk the station provided me, mustn't make a fuss, mustn't be uppity. Yeah, I'm glad I went with this route first. I needed this right now. Oh, yuck. Yuck. So you're saying that if a party crasher were to kick down the door and start raising hell... Oh, I couldn't positively condone such a thing. Naturally, no, not at all. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 100%. Like, this is the sort of shit marginalized folks end up dealing with all the fucking time. Like, respectability politics hits every stage of marginalized culture and identities and everything. It's why you do see members of marginalized groups in extremely right-wing conservative factions, because they've gone hard on this respectability politics, forgetting that they will be next when the group they're with has finished going after their current target of the week. And the lady's right hand engaging in such uncouth antics, well, you'd have to be punished afterwards, undoubtedly. Don't threaten me with a good time. Okay, screenshot. I need that one. There's just moments in this game where I'm just going, screenshot. I need this. I assure you, it's no idle threat. I'm greatly looking forward to it as well. I'll just be off to the side, chatting up a crown princess, and distinctly not looking in your direction. I'm a good one. If all those other ones would stop. But then they never actually think it all through. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the thing. After all the right-wing politicians have finished going after trans people, they're going after gay people, and they've already tried. And, you know, they went after trans people and they were, hey, we can get away with this. Let's go after reproductive rights. Let's go after... And who was it that pointed out that it was just like, as soon as stuff like Roe v. Wade was off the table, they would go after more queer people. They would go after things like interracial marriage and segregation. They would go after all of these things. Like, that's the thing. It is a chain. You cannot let fascists start. That is a beautiful thing. That is, I think, a message for this game. At least that's how I'm carrying it in to Flower. How I'm interpreting it is that in this game, in this world, you cannot let fascism start. The moment you let it start, it gets rolling and it picks up speed and it goes after more and more people, and then you end up in systems of systematic places that are nothing but these authoritarianism. Community and solidarity are anathema for fashion. Yeah, exactly. We perfectly put Tangle. Like, community and solidarity, they are the anathema. They are the antithesis of authoritarianism to fascism, and we need to work on it. Psychopathic, ideologically inconsistency. Yeah, exactly. Minors cannot know that. Oh yeah, but that's the thing. Like, it starts there and then it goes on. Mistress' story is very much about the dangers of allowing things like Cult of the Manifesto One to rise, and the Mistress' role in allowing it because she's cashing in. Yeah, I am very much excited for this. Right, time to ruin everyone's fun. It's not exactly the most romantic date we've had to date, but hey, it'll be entertaining. I don't think my excessively stuffed backpack of thieves' tools will be useful. This is all about social engineering. Oh, we get to do some social engineering fun stuff. I haven't had this kind of fun since Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines and getting to mess with that rich mansion full of Giovannis trying to stab each other in the back. Where do we start? Oh, oh, we're going right for the fun. I mean, you gotta start light, right? You start a rumor. You gotta start a rumor first. Starting a fight is late game. Starting a fight's like, yeah, you start with the rumor, then you spike. Yeah, then you go with spiking the punch, then you instigate a fight. It's the Toreador way. Okay, so we've got the Toreador way, which is start a rumor. You've got like the Brouillard way of instigating a fight, and you've got the what, like I wouldn't be like the Venture. What would spiking the punch be in Vampire Blood? When they see someone succumbing to effects, they're gonna avoid the ring. Yeah, exactly. I think we start with a rumor. Yeah, that's right. A Nossi would spike the punch, and then sit in the corner watching. I mean, starting a rumor could also be Malkavian. Yeah, like the way I played Malkavian back in Bloodlines, you'd have a lot of fun starting rumors because you'd be making them believe them straight off, like immediately. This guy looks rich and powerful and shit. I bet I could start some wild rumor he could carry it far and wide. I grab a drink and slide up to him. Hey there, and who might you be under that mask? If you care to tell me, that is. I'm a sitting US senator, like most of the people here. How do you not know that? Oh, sorry, I don't really follow politics much. Mostly because the only way a mask can vote is if they commit voter fraud, get pinched by the cops, or both simultaneously. Disenfranchisement. My favorite sort of franchisement. I wanna punch him in the face immediately. Congratulations. I immediately want to go to start a fight, and I'm gonna start a fight with this guy. Australia will call it... Yeah. At least as criminal, you can vote by contributing anonymously to my campaign. It's the same idea in the end. Care to sign a check? Any particular legislation you want me to push? My docket's quite open this term. Okay, wow, cynical asshole much, buddy? Guess I can't expect a sincere politician looking to effect actual progressive change to be attending an event like this. I need to stay off social media. So you're with the far right wing party or the also kind of right wing party? God damn it, I'm not even 10-20 minutes into the game. Subtext. I need a subtext is for cowards thing up on my screen. This is just... Yeah, this is internationally applicable. This is what we're dealing with in Australia as well. Like, literally, they are mirror copies of each other. Does it really matter? It's all the same. Water flowing downhill, gathering up more and more power. Easiest job in the world. I vote down party lines and that's it. I've been re-elected 3 times for doing almost nothing. What else are voters gonna do? Demand ranked choice ballots? Never gonna happen. I feel like I'm gonna end up on one of those, like, those juice media, like, fucking, parody government advertisements. It's like, as a government official, I don't actually have to do anything. I get told what to do, and I get paid millions of dollars for doing it. Hey, what are the escorts? Where are the escorts? I thought cult events had high-end escorts on offer. All I'm seeing is the same dusty old hags I see in the rotunda. Yeah, fuck this guy. Let's use him to spread some filthy rumors. What lies should we distribute to the Capital Network? Ooh. England is moving to replace the pound with cryptocurrency. Don't tempt them. His mistress is planning to testify before the House Ethics Subcommittee. Canada is planning to invade North Dakota. That last one feels like a Sam and Max concept, and I love it. Cryptocurrency 1 would be fucking wild. God, this is hard. It's one of these two. The England one seems really funny. And just because it's messed up in society right now, I think I have to go with it. What was that tech thing Gibson was complaining about recently? Oh, I remember. Okay. I think I can fake this. Clearly, you've got a financial stake in the game. Would you like to know the inside track on some upcoming currency conversions? I suppose. What do you know? England's giving up on pound sterling and moving over to Britcoin, a new cryptocurrency minted by Sir Basler. They're either going to conquer the markets or completely crash and be ripe for takeover. Yeah. Oh, I knew that already. What? Yes, it's been in the works for a long time now, ever since they exited the EU. If Brexit was just a push for them to move over to cryptocurrency, I'm gonna lose it. How are you now only hearing it? Everyone in this room already knows. We're the ones who tricked them into doing it. Huh, go figure. Should you be telling me this? You're the mask. No one will ever believe you. I could tell you who really shot JFK and it wouldn't even make page 6. We know who did it. And besides, men like me can't fail. At worst, we fail upwards. I'll be just fine. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to look for an escort. Huh. I'm getting the feeling I'm a bit out of my depth here. I'm just a mask. These guys are villains. Okay, what next? Spike the punch. I know one trick parties hate. Spiking the punch. It's a classic gag. Wow, we absolutely flunked that one. Fortunately, Old Man Destructor has more than enough highly questionable liquids on offer. I can pluck right off the wall and put to good use. Vodka, Everclear, rubbing alcohol. A lot of the people are already drunk, so maybe not that. Yeah, Penny is like completely out of their league here. Ooh, hot sauce. That's an option. He's got Inferno Ivan's Flaming Dragon, March of the Anal Fire Ants, Temporal Practice. Someone has been watching a lot of Loading Ready Run. Temporal Patricide. It goes back in time and kills your grandfather. You No, hang on. I know exactly what to use. Where's that one that just turns them all into grey goo? I pluck an unassuming white bottle from underneath the bar. Don't worry, Destructo won't mind. And carefully pour it into the punch bowl. And sure enough, some hapless fool walks right up and gets himself a big old cup of punch, dosed with truth serum. Nothing ruins a party quite like the hard reality of absolute truth. Let's get the ball rolling. I feel like everything we do here is going to fail. Like, this feels like the... like an unwinnable scenario, but it's all gonna work out. Hey there, how's that taste? I haven't tried it yet. It's absolutely vile, but still better than the blood punch surprise at the last cult gathering. So hey, I was wondering, would you be interested in telling me all sorts of juicy details about... Did you know that the globist elites are actually secret lizard people living beneath the hollow earth? Oh no. What? They sustain their reptile form by... They're QAnon. They're fucking QAnon. I'm gonna fucking lose it. They're all fucking Q... Oh. This hurts my brain. Hi, Bob. You walked in at a really good time. Yeah. We're right now. We're calling out right-wing shit right now, very hard. Yeah, Pizzagate reference, QAnon bullshit. I read all about it online at the only fair and unbiased news site that exists, freedom.eagle. We need to act now before their scaly claws tear away our precious constitutional rights. I think you've had enough punch, excuse me. Okay, so Truth Serum doesn't bring out facts, it brings out what someone thinks are facts. Duly noted for a future reference. I love that you have actually gone in on the Truth Serum doesn't make people tell the truth. It makes them say what they think is the truth. It's perfect, unreliable narrator relevance. Gotta love living in a post-truth world where everybody doubles down on misinformation rather than admit they're wrong. This game is just I thought the early part of this game was subtext for cowards, but it's just like going harder. Yeah, it makes people say what they think will make... Yeah. And I get the feeling the guy would have happily yammered on about that nonsense even without me spiking the punch, so task failed. Oh, fuck no. No. I think the cult is encouraging that kind of thinking. I don't think Kiara would encourage that kind of thing, but she's encouraging belief in a fairy tale monster to keep them in line. The cult's built on a network of lies and self-aggrandizing. Conspiracy theories would fit. I just hope she's not personally involved in that. I've got one last trick up my sleeve. Best way to make a huge scene and ruin the party for everyone. Poke someone into starting a fight. I could literally just poke someone until they punch me, but a clever social disruption is one where I act as a third party. Bar fight! For instance, the right comment to these two will set them off like a powder keg. I can already sense the spike between them. What to say? Yeah, exactly. Bigotry does not exist in isolation. It is fostered within spaces. And if you create a space that is full of bigotry or is full of lies and power and a consumption of power and a drive for for status and wealth and all that sort of thing, you are just going to get people who love that sort of thing, who feed off it, and then who feed off the next one and picking up worse and worse concepts. Yeah, once you buy into one kind of bad idea, you are way more susceptible to others, which is why you end up with like people start off with like anti-vax stuff and then they just merge further and further to the right until they're absolutely horrid shit. How dare you wear the same dress I'm wearing? It's such a flimsy knockoff, clearly made in one of your sweatshops. Sweatshops? This is exclusive from the finest Parisian designers, ones that only work with billionaires. Clearly you're just a mere millionaire who has to wear cheap imitation copies of their designs. Your husband didn't call me a cheap imitation when I outperformed you at last week's orgy. Wait, they have performance statistics at their orgy? Who is keeping this record sheet? And can I please see the spreadsheet? Yeah, they're just gonna make out. Like, they're just gonna kiss. They're gonna hate fuck. Please take your bets. 5-1 odds on these two hate fucking. And your husband praised my skills. He told me how much you suck. It was an orgy. You're supposed to suck things. That's the whole point. So, hey, I was thinking, just you wait. Once the many-faceted one sucks this world in blood and chaos, you'll get yours. Yeah, is it sucking? No, the many-faceted one will clearly devour you and let me reap the pleasures of this world. So, harlot, Jezebel. Okay, normally I'd be in favor of them fighting, but nobody's actually paying attention. I don't think it's possible to escalate this situation. Hell, part of me wants to de-escalate it because it's freaking weird. Yeah, Penny's got the best expression for this. What the heck is going on here? Any other politeness and manners social gala would be torpedoed by a fight like that. Nobody can agree who the manifesto one actually hates. Everyone wants it to be the other guy. Oh, that's a call out. It's a cult focus on chaos and manipulation. Conflicts are inevitable and expected. Simply put, there are no good people in this room. They're all gonna behave like monsters. Every one of these options is correct. This is one of those situations where every answer is the correct answer. It's just like which one. Yeah, like yeah. I think there are good people, but I think that is something that you demonstrate, not something that like you put into a box with. Like, you can't say that I'm always just gonna go back to BattleTech on shit like this. It's just like none of the factions are in themselves like they're bad factions, but they are full of good people. Lots of bunny ears floating around today. Everyone wants, yeah, like let's just go with this one. Everyone knows. When your world-ending demon god doesn't actually clarify its stance on anything, everything is open to interpretation. What? You mean your demon god is a centrist? My demon god is not a centrist, thank you. Odds are everyone in this room is assuming cozying up to the old MFO will mean infinite revenge on their enemies. Yeah, centrist. Yeah, MOC is pretty damn good. I am full on MOC, don't worry. You are a safe and apolitical corporate game dev. Man, this cult stinks. I wouldn't want to admit to being a card-carrying member. Well, I'm out of ideas. Time to report back my failure. Your friends are, well, they're essentially 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag, Kiara. I suppose I should have warned you the task would be daunting. You can't shame the shameless. But this is the lot I'm stuck with, and the cult of absolute annoyances, and I must maintain it to maintain my power. It frustrates you to no end, the company I am required to keep, and I have no doubt they loathe me equally in turn. Sadly, little can be done about this. These are the fools I must sing and dance for if I wish to have my supper. Walk out, lock the doors, burn the whole building down, apologize. Yeah, exactly. Destructo probably has amazing insurance. Like, probably wouldn't mind. And we'd make the world a better place. Rest assured, your failed attempt at humiliating them is nevertheless appreciated by your overmistress. Yeah, exactly. Like, these are all, like, US senators and crown princes of slave-owning countries, probably, and, like... It's probably better just to burn the place down. That a lady can trust her lover to ruin such a fine event is a remarkable display of loyalty. I'm thankful you have consented to be my consort. Great, I get it all in on the alliteration, and then I get thrown by someone else doing it. And I hope we can have lovely evenings alone when I'm not tangled up in situations like these. Which is most of the time. Colt's running you ragged, Kiara. I barely see you outside of official events. Yes, well, simply how it must be. I'm afraid I'm rather trapped in this scenario, am I not? I think I need to step in here for Kiara's sake. Yeah, let's get her out of this place. Let's get her into something more leather. This can't go on. Kiara, have you considered just, like, leaving? I'm the host of this party. I cannot simply leave. I don't mind leaving the room. I mean leaving the cult. First Crimson Moon, remember? The cultist you fell in love with, the one who wanted you to run away with them. They had the right idea. You should just pack your bags and fuck off over the horizon. And turn my back on all this power? Are you mad? Yes, they can be irritating, troublesome, a miserable garbage fire, to be honest. But my position is stable. I have wealth, comfort, prestige, and importance. Why jettison that? And now we get into the fantastic discussion of the bubble we build around ourselves. Of a safe environment that gives us everything we need, even though it's destroying us. Oh. I'm gonna have a lot of feels about this one. I know I've considered leaving in the past, but doing it now, this late, it means surrendering everything I am, everything I've become. Okay, she needs more than a small nudge here. How do we convince her to make a major life change? They're a useless, broken mess without her. She's their overworked caretaker, not their overlord. She yearns for the kind of freedom that you have. That's the endgame she's seeking, not this dead end. They're horrible, miserable, twisted, and evil, and Kiara is clearly uncomfortable with the cult's tendencies. Oh. Yeah, exactly. It's very trans vibes as well. Is it like, but I got this far. I'd be starting again. It's like, sometimes you have to start again, and it's never too late to start again. It's also never too late to transition, folks. Just any trans folks out there in the audience who, like, are holding it in. It's never too late. Yeah, heteronormativity is a cult. I think this one is just like, she's not happy. Hey, remind me again why your cult doesn't kidnap, torture, sacrifice, and routinely traumatize people for fun? Because I will not allow it. We are a modern organization for the modern world. We hold higher values than that. No, you don't. Or rather, no, they don't. If you're the only one holding a system from doing really fucking horrible things, it's a really horrible system. The reason the cult's been slightly less than a complete nightmare is because you've kept them in line. They don't hold your values. They don't respect you enough to learn your ideals. They tolerate your ideals because you're temporarily useful to them. And we're back on respectability politics. You cannot be a respectable queer or a respectable member of a marginalized group in general like that. It doesn't work. Would they help Danielle escape her crappy family situation? No. They'd conscript her into the cult, maybe even sacrifice her. You are a terrible fit for this organization. And you're a mask. They're monsters. And it's time to leave them behind. Assimilation is death. To betray your brethren is to betray the self. Fuck. Tango, put that in one of your games. Write that into your next game. I wanna say that coming out of one of your characters' mouths. It's time to leave them behind. Except if they would quickly revert to monstrosity without me, that means I should stay where I am. I didn't think of that way. If I am truly an empathetic, caring individual who seeks to reform evil, I'm right here where I need to be. I must never leave. Fortunately, I'm not that. I'm a mask, and self-sacrifice is a sucker's game. You've convinced me, Penny. I thought we'd failed there. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. And you can't, there's not exactly a they are in. Comrades. Yeah. 100%. Comrade is gender neutral. Use it in all things. I have tried to make this work, and I am tired of trying. You call me Penny, not McSarceny. So I did. So I did. I suppose tonight is the last straw, an inconsequential party, nothing unusual, but an unshakable example of the cult's failings. So be it. I will burn down my life so I may live anew. It may take some weeks to craft a clean exit strategy and to secure resources for my own personal use. Rob the piggy bank on the way out, huh? Rejuvenating forest fire! Quite so. For now, let us depart from this tiresome party. Next steps can be planned in due time. You were warned. We told you to leave the overmistress to us. You did not. You simply had to return again and again, despite the threat. Very well. We can move up our schedule. We need not wait for the stars to be right. I hope you have enjoyed your little adventure, for it is over now. Which is when a robed cultist slides up on next to us, bearing a drink tray with 2 elegant flutes of champagne. My thanks, Ninth Shadow Delver. A nightcap before we depart, Miss Larceny. 1 glass alone costs $6,000. We may as well enjoy them. Sure, why not? I like drinking money. Don't drink it, it's a trick. Why does this taste like crap? Do all ultra expensive fancy pants drinks taste like... Oh, hang on. This is drugged. I can tell from the mouthfeel. Yeah, never accept drinks you didn't pour yourself. Especially from cultists. Well, shit. The room spins and goes black as I crumple to the floor. Yeah. And that's how your favorite villain found themselves locked in a bare dungeon cell for the rest of their life. Forced to eat rats and roaches to survive, rotting away as the years slide by. Gone, forgotten and alone. Woe! Woe is me! Woe to Penny Larceny, the foolish, the abandoned. Yeah, they should both know better. Bold of you to assume you're my favorite villain. Oh, don't give me that. You're going to escape. Hey, let me have my fun. I've learned my lesson after ending up in a Stuttgartian prison. Always, always have redundant lockpicks. Thanks to over-prepping for tonight's fun, I've got oodles and oodles of lockpicks. The cult found the ones in my hair, but not in my... Well, you never mind where. Point is, I'm good to go. Okay, so tip number 1 when guarding a prisoner in a cell, do not lean on the door. Never you mind. If you have to ask, don't. If the door opens outwards, you'll get smashed into the wall when the captive kicks it open. And if it opens inwards, well, that's just asking to get yanked inside and subdued by force. Oh, and tip number 2, don't leave the prisoner's backpack full of extremely effective criming equipment sitting by the door either. This is just like open world RPG, how not to do it. Especially not when she's packing handcuffs and gags. And even a green wig she can use to make you look like her in case anyone does a cell check. Should that be she, her? Should that be they, them? I always find them. I'm good at this. How many gender neutrals have I found so far? Finally, tip number 3, don't make your uniforms completely cover all identifying details. Or that prisoner might just take your all-concealing cult robes and play dress up. It's effectively passing as one of your own with ease. And that is how you outwit an internationally feared doom cult. But this is no time to get cocky. I need to find Kiara and get us both out of this, get the hell out of here, and a disguise will only go so far. Hopefully farther than the starting line, because there's a cultist walking my way right frickin' now. The sassy Penny pose in cultist gear, I love it. Like, just saying, aside from the bandages, aside from the face bandages, I would 100% wear that. I would rock the fuck out of that outfit. True classic breakout sequences of protagonist equipment. Entire inventory, including junk, is tucked in some chest somewhere. So, yeah, it's completely, like, obviously is stored as well, like evidence chest. How's the prisoner doing? Hang on, I can understand what they're saying. Usually these robed weirdos just mumble incoherently. But the overmistress is always able to understand them. Must be a magic thing baked into the robes, making them unclear to outsiders. Everything's fine, have a look. I gesture to the tiny barred window in the cell door where someone with conveniently green hair is handcuffed and unconscious. Our prisoner is still alive, I trust. Yes, sir, ma'am, yes, my liege. Relax, the overmistress is about to ascend to a higher plane. We don't have to bother with her mandate to use pronouns anymore. And that's what happens. Yeah. Yeah, we is a pronoun. I is a pronoun. You is a pronoun. Deal with it. Ascend, as in she ascends to a higher plane of existence, leaving her mortal body behind. Yeah, blood rituals are fine or whatever, but we draw the line at misgendering people. Oh. That sounds complicated. Apparently it involves throat slitting, so no, not particularly complicated. I'm quite looking forward to it. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's gonna be just great. When we do that, I'm really into slitting throats and not respecting pronouns. Please don't caption that. I really should have done bunny Arab ears with that one. So, when does the party happen? And I'm assuming we're killing Penny Larceny, the big event too. Unfortunately, no. The matchmaker was very insistent. Penny is a personal project for the King in Yellow. Fucking matchmaker. We will deliver them to him afterwards. You've just used pronouns multiple times. What does the boss of Crimer have to do with them? Who knows? Who cares? Satisfying the many-faceted one's new edict is all that matters. And even the so-called Yellow King will be made to kneel and weep when the Lord of Chaos emerges into our reality. Give it time. A couple of 100 years, it'll be fine. Unfortunately, we haven't used an Altar of Ascension in years, and assembling the new one from the flat pack kit is proving challenging. What the hell do you call, like, the IKEA Altar of Ascension? The Bloodle Smurf or something. I swear, those damn Altars of Ascension are a pain in the ass to put together. The ritual. Requires to build 2 Allen keys, 1 screwdriver, 1 hammer, 2 human sacrifices. You always run out of screws. What even is an Allen wrench? We'll figure it out. Meanwhile, stay here and guard the prisoner. Of course, you can count on me. Good luck with the outer thingy. Shit. They're gonna kill Kiara. Put any weirdness about me and the King in Yellow aside. I gotta get her to safety and fast. What made these assholes turn on their overmistress like this? And killing her in the name of that fake cosmic horror? You need to be very careful. The many-faceted one broke the 4th wall to talk to me. I didn't think that was possible. I have no idea what you're talking about. 4th wall? Is this some weird fucking gigaversal space-time entity shit, isn't it? Is the good old MFO the same kind of entity you are? If so, I mean, fuck. How the hell do we fight something like that? No, we don't fight it. We evade. I'm a sneaky mask, not a ghost hunter. I need to focus on that. I need to case this joint, find a way out, find Kiara, and figure out a path that will let me safely connect the two. And we gotta move fast, before they assemble the Altar of Ascension and make with the stabby. Let's get to work. Where to first? You beat it with the power of narrative and the fact that you're a designated protagonist with all that entails. Aha! I have plot armor. Fuck you. Where to first? Oh, we can just go to all of it. Okay. Secure an escape route. This mansion's on a rocky cliff overlooking the sea out in the middle of frickin' nowhere. It's a 1 in a million shot, but those worked 9 times out of 10. Hell yeah. Fortunately, transportation is a solved problem for the masked community. I just need a getaway ride-share, and for that, I need to dig through my reclaimed belongings and find my comms earpiece. Panda Bear to Fancy Feast, do you copy? Over? No, don't stand in the fire. Look, this raid is simple. Just split teams Alpha and Beta and avoid the electric grid pattern. Gib, put the game aside for a sec, okay? Code red. Penny, I'm leading a 50-player raid right now, so what's so red about this code? Fucking hell. Gib is totally the 51st player, the one that's like not actually playing but just observing it. Like who has memorized the meta of that raid. And it's like, no, we need to go down the left yeah. I can totally see them being a 51st player. The cult drugged me and threw me in a cell, and I'm planning to kill the overmistress in less than an hour. And I'm apparently being sold to the King in Yellow or something. 50 KB minus. I see someone else has watched that Dan Olsen video. Please, what in the future, please go and watch the Folding Ideas episode about why it sucks to be bad at World of Warcraft. It is fantastic discussion on instrumental gameplay. But by all means, your DKP. Amazing. Every fucking time this game just calls out what I'm thinking. Okay, passing leadership stick to Jenkins. Gotta go. They're totally gonna end up in a lava pit, but whatever. My family comes first. Oh, I'm getting a screenshot of that. That's gorgeous. Yeah, it's a Jenkins. Gotta have a Jenkins recipe. What do you need exactly? Let's work this out. Already got out of my cell and found a disguise, but I need an exit strategy for myself and the Overmistress. Can you arrange a getaway rideshare to come pick us up in an armored car? Pricey, but the Overmistress can pay the bill afterwards. No. I've actually researched since I never trusted the cult. There's a block on sending getaway drivers to your location. Well, fuck. No doubt that's the cult leveraging some power to ensure they stay isolated. I'm up for any other option you can think of for bugging the hell out of here, Gib. Got anything? There's only two ways in or out of that place, by road or by sea. I can hack the wireless locks on that fancy limousine you usually ride in if you can gain access to it. Yeah, I love a boat getaway. We have to go for a boat getaway. It's classic. It's very Bond. Garage is across the courtyard and on the other side of a lot of robed jerks. Yeah, gotta do the speedboat getaway. Dang, okay. By sea then. I've seen boats coming in and out of a hidden dock on the satellite view. That one that's probably underground. Hey, were you spying on our boss, Gibson? Yes. Good. But getting underground and hijacking a boat sounds just as risky as hijacking a limo. I'm not sure. Boat. Hang on, the King of Yellow, once you survived, let's cash and get help. Nope, we're taking boat. It's more time and more work to set up, but it's a stealthier exit. You gotta go out via boat. Okay, we're going with boat escape. I'll go find the docks and make sure we've got something light and fast we can ride out in. Got it. I'll start searching for speedboat manuals and hot wiring techniques. Let me know when you've had the model number. How to hotwire speedboat. Bet that's a fun Google search. It costs precious minutes, but I sneak back down into the catacombs, locate the dock, and we get to work. There's 3 lightning-quick speedboats along with cargo haulers and more, so I sabotage 2 of them and hotwire the 3rd. We need to slip into the underground without being noticed, but if we do that, if we reach the dock alive, this is going to work. I've got my escape route. Moving on. Okay, where are we heading next? Locate the Overmistress. Don't think Kiara was held in an underground cell. I'd hear her echoing down the tunnels, being righteously annoyed at all of this, so... She does have a bit of, like, a Sybil vibe from Discworld. Like, just that kind of presence. My bet is they got her under house arrest in her parlor, guarded and locked in. I'll need a solid excuse if I want to see her. Aha. And 5 minutes later, I'm at her doors with a cheese and snack tray. Food for the Overmistress. May I pass? A last meal? What's the point? She's only got an hour before we sacrifice her. Many-faceted one doesn't want her to ascend on an empty stomach. Yeah, never go to the sacrificial altar on an empty stomach, folks. Always carbo load. You gotta be prepared. And you know this because, look, it's not my job to explain this shit. Just do what I'm told. I was told to bring her some munchies, so that's what I'm doing, exactly that. You want to step aside, or do I go report to the Crimson Echelon that you're being a pedantic little shit? Fine, whatever. Make it quick. Hey, that's the thing. You turn up with a thing and you act like you're supposed to be that. Most people would just let you pass. Okay, good. No guards inside the room, just outside. And Kiara is a towering pillar of absolute disgust and annoyance. As I enter with a delicate little charcuterie board, I want someone to bring me a charcuterie board like that. Cannot do magic or orgies or weird sex stuff or games without snacks. Exactly. Like, that's why they have taco night. You dare raise a hand against your overmistress and think to appease her with tiny meats? When I regain control of this situation, I will have you flayed alive and dangled upside down over the lion pits. Kiara, you and I both know you rehomed the lions to avoid getting involved in animal abuse. The fact that she even rehomed the lions makes me so proud. Claw went to the zoo in San Diego, Richard went to the New York Zoo, and Mr. Scruffles was released back into the savannah. I love that. Miss Larceny? Poof. I pull off my heavy robes, revealing my true form, nice and dramatic. You thought it was a cultist? But it was me, Penny Larceny. I am simultaneously overjoyed to see you and disappointed in my cult for having wholly inadequate security. This entire situation has become an absolute farce. I tell you what, if I was in charge, you would not have gotten out of that prison cell. I should have realized this might happen. You recall the documents you retrieved from the safety deposit box? It listed the deaths of previous overs. The true list, not the doctored records I've studied before. But even with the truth staring in the face, I failed to consider betrayal. I assumed it was simple conspiracy, and I am adept with conspiracy. Locate conspirators, eliminate them. Done. Clearly, I did not act quickly enough on that task. I remember your words at the party. You convinced me it was time to forge a new future for myself away from the cult. Yeah, exactly. This is just I'm thinking how this script is functioning, and again, I'm thinking of just the technical complexity of all of these. If true, then you've got that this script must be full of. Because did you do this caper? This line, this one, this one. If only I'd listened to that advice one day sooner. If only I wasn't so indulgent in the comforts and pleasures they gave me. I blame myself for this. I chose the path of weakness, allowing a cycle of abuse and mayhem to continue barely checked. You couldn't have known they'd turn on you. No, I could have known. I could have looked into the death of my predecessors more closely. I could have been a more suspicious person. They kept me busy being their den mother, their meaningless figurehead. I was far too busy looking after them to look after myself. I thought myself sensible and responsible, that they relied on that pride. Well, that's all done now. I'm going to be poured into the pages of my own arcane tome to meet my maker. You should make your escape, Penny. A lot of the changes here and there depending on the capers. If you didn't do lock and key, you didn't do any research. Yeah, that makes sense. What? Your overmistress commands you to live, Miss Larceny. To survive this catastrophe. To go on and live well. Changing the speech depending on which of the four located. Yeah. Okay. If my path ends here, you must endure your freedom and your spirit must endure. Fuck that. We're leaving together. This is a direct order from your lady to her right hand. You swore an oath. I love you too much to allow you to come to harm. I cannot be saved from this situation. You must learn to let me go. No. Fuck that. Fuck the oath. And fuck no-win scenarios. I'm saving you. Oh, Penny. Oh, Penny. What? I love you too much to allow you to come to harm, and my freedom's worthless if I don't have you at my side. Yeah, something, they save each other. Call me an oath breaker if you want, but I will not let them spill one drop of your blood. Yeah, they should have this conversation while they leave. You know what changes? If you did the 2 for Overmistress, 1 for another boss route, you missed the entire dinner party route. Oh god. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, that's why it's like, that's why you said like do the either one of each and just leave yourself open, or all in on one. Because yeah, having to do this if you'd only done, if you'd gone 1, 2 would have been tricky. You think you're an iron hand in a velvet glove? Where I'm a velvet hand in an iron glove. Or something like, or something. So when I do finally decide to punch, people get wrecked. And I'm gonna tear this whole cult down if I gotta keep you alive. Can they really stop people going? Yeah. Yeah, it's something you have to work harder for, but it's still open. I really respect that. We got an understanding now, Kiara? So be it. I will admit the absolute passion in your words is an incredible turn on right now. Please don't fuck right here. You've got like an hour. Perhaps I'll let you have a go at being on top. Save it for the after party. Screenshot for that, because I love getting these screenshots that are like completely non-spoilery, but just perfect for the situation. As you wish, my love. We shall leave this place together and never return. It is decided. This rebellion, this pathetic appeasement of their useless god, it's wholly frustrating and proof that the cult is unsalvageable. It is time to abandon this cult, let it crumble to dust. Now we're talking. I've already secured our escape route. By morning we'll be long gone. Once I'm done studying the flow of the cultists in the halls, I can find the gap and get us out of here. Excellent work, as always. However, your overmistress has one final task to assign you before she resigns her post. Yeah, exactly. Kinda pressed for time, Kiara. What do you need? You must destroy the Sanguinomicon. Burn it to ash. That matters more than my life or yours. What? Yeah, now they're pressed for time. We don't have time to go on a book burning crusade. Yeah, that hits hard. We're gonna die here if we don't bail. And if we simply run, we will all die. Consider the logic. If we do not destroy it, the cult will retain its source of eldritch power. As long as a chance remains that they can summon the many-faceted one, we are all damned. The fate of the world is at stake, Penny. There is but one path forwards. We're not capes, Kiara. We don't save the world. Do not mistake my strategy for altruism, Larceny. This is entirely a matter of self-interest. Aside from the matter of pure survival, saving the world means there remains a world for us to conquer. See, that's something that capitalists haven't realized yet. Is that if they don't destroy the world, there's actually a world for them to, like, do their thing in. They don't just have to live in the bunker for the rest of their lives. Like, you saw that thing about, who was it, like, Zuck building the fucking massive self-sustaining bunker underground? And just like, you know, if you fuckers hadn't destroyed the planet, you wouldn't be looking at building a bunker to survive. If we are to seize the future for ourselves, we must eliminate this mutual foe, the many-faceted one. Shut down our most powerful rival, then watch the now powerless cult crumble. No overmistress to keep them moving forward, no otherworldly patron. Just a bunch of power-hungry zealots and scheming politicians who will devour each other as they fight over the scraps. I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that. We are villains, my dearest minion. We are obliged to fully and utterly destroy all who oppose us. Let them destroy themselves on our behalf. That way we need not lift a finger to punish our enemies. They will be dust, and we will endure. I'm just getting a little warm in here. Whew. Yeah, exactly. Who is it that actually built an operating magical bunker, and are they going to tell people where it is and how to get in? Someone always leaves a door. That is some high-grade premium level epic tier mask shit, my overmistress. I am fucking in. By then, by your lady's command, develop your strategy for the destruction of the Sanguinomicon. It shall be done. For now, play along. Pretend you are a helpless captive and trust in your minion to make the intercept play. You have my absolute trust, Penny. Go forth. I quickly pull my cultist disguise back on as I set about my scheming. I need to track down where they're keeping the Sanguinomicon. With any luck, I can quietly shred the thing. I trust you're on board with this destroy book then exit order of operations. Yeah, exactly. Manifesto has me worried. Since when have we backed down from a challenge? Since when have we ever backed down from a challenge? Never doubted it, but always get informed consent before taking on an eldritch horror. It's the polite thing to do. Consent in all things, even when taking elder gods from beyond the stars into consideration. Where headed to next? Find book. Kiara tasked me to locate and destroy the book. Okay, that's the thing I can do. Normally it's in her parlor, which she rarely leaves, which is why she hired me to go out and do random crimes on her behalf. I don't think there's a coincidence the MFO is initiating regime change tonight. Prime opportunity. Kiara was at that fancy party away from here. But I visited her parlor and the book wasn't there. It's been relocated. Otherwise Kiara would have just thrown it in the fireplace. So I'd watched the flow of people, where they're going, where they're not going. And they're decidedly not going to one room central to all this, a downstairs library. Yep, there we go, the Sanguinomicon, open to a page inked in blood, sitting on a pedestal and heavily gutted. Blood is a terrible ink to write in. It goes brown, it's really hard to read long term. Like, please people, if you're gonna write your Eldritch Tomes, don't use blood. It's a horrible medium, and as the pages age and they turn yellow and the blood turns brown, they just blend into each other and they just... Aesthetics are important, but functionality is good. Like, you don't want to be going through, like, your super important blood ritual or something and can't read the word. Like, what's that that script, that bit from Discworld where it's like they're talking about a one of the religions that had a schism because a piece of a fly shat on a piece of text, and so the word for God got changed to word of man. And if the piece of fly crap had moved slightly to one side, it would have been translated as licorice. Like, it's that, but worse. Like, you don't want to have to be looking up in the middle of the ritual and go, can anyone read this? The guards stare at me impassively as I approach, hands on the hilts of their daggers, but not drawn yet. I mean, yeah, I don't see any drawn daggers there. Like, no daggers have been drawn. Whoa, be cool. I'm new. Just not sure where I'm supposed to be right now. No one approaches the holy word of the many-faceted one, the voice of a million throats, the binding oath of blood and chaos. That's the book thingy, right? Also known as the book thingy, yes. Were you not present when it spoke to our hearts this evening? Quick, I need an excuse. They called you in late to help with the ritual. You arrived late and missed it. Make some Lovecraftian nonsense. Pretend your mind is still reeling from shock. Oh. See, I do love a bit of nonsense. But I also love the just like, oh, sorry, you know what it's like. You're understaffed. You need people in, and then it just happens. This stuff happens. But I'm gonna go with the let's fake it till you make it. Yes, it echoed deep within my soul, filling me with its anti-light. It glowed darkly in the depths of consciousness. I feel fractured by the touch of the many-faceted one, therefore I am both submissive and bewildered before its majesty. Okay, folks, better use submissive and bewilderable. And we've cycled all the way back to the vault joke. I'm fine. Do you not feel the same? Did it not resonate at such an intense level with you? Of course it did. I've been a true believer since day one. I recognized the power an instant it entered my heart and knew it to be truth. The Overmistress must ascend to join the many-faceted one. Her blood will be added to the pages. The ritual involves pouring her life essence into the bindings, her soul instantly joining the choir of chaos and despair which wails eternal. Yes, wailing in despair is all I despire, all any of us could possibly desire. I wish to experience it anew. I want the words to replace my thoughts, so I can only think of the words. So if I could just have a little peek at the book, perhaps? No. The Sanguinomicon must remain untouched until it is carried forth to the ceremonial altar. All who dare approach it will be met with death. Right. Death. Don't want to die before the Overmistress does. I'll be going now. Thanks for filling me in. The Choir of Chaos. Well, that's fucking metal. Walk with child. Walk with chaos, child. I love that. I love, like, I want to go and experience so many more of these. I could see myself doing a lot of playthroughs of this personally. Okay, so if I go anywhere near the book, I get shanked. Good to know. I could maybe do some tricky stealthy thief stuff to grab it, but good freaking luck escaping the mansion hauling that thing. Assuming the MFO doesn't scream and summon guards the instant I touch it. Same goes for me torching it on the spot. I've got my magnesium flares, I could do it, but then I get carved up by knives. I need to find a better approach. So moving on, for now. Put it on, do something to the altar. Make the altar explode. Where are we heading now? Okay, we're gonna find them bent over a fucking flat pack furniture with Allen keys. Judging from the flow of cultists running small errands, the ritual is going to take place in the open. Specifically in front of the mansion itself. Good for a public event, bad for a sneak thief looking to avoid sightlines. I work my way through the flow of robes to where they're busy assembling some sort of tasteful flat-pack furniture. Well, a flat-packed sacrificial altar complete with a book rack, a slot for Kiara's neck, and a choppy blade. Are these Norwegian instructions? Surely we have the English version as well. How do you do, fellow cultists? Backwards cap, skateboard over my shoulder. How do you do it, fellow cultists? Badly. If we don't get this damn thing assembled in our time, our heads will roll. Well, our heads and Overmistress's head. Her head's coming off one way or another. Rough and raspy voice, slight arch to the back as if hunched over, an older cultist from the look and sound of it. Appeal to the long-time believer, learn more, probe for deep knowledge. I didn't think furniture discounters made fiberboard guillotines for the cult. Doesn't feel traditional. This shoddy excuse for an altar, bah! In my day we used the obsidian doomstone, and we liked it. So we sacrificed our victims on an obsidian doomstone, which was the style at the time. But the Overmistress, not knowing what it was, had it sold off to pay for cult expenses. What a waste. This cheap substitute is too modern, too clean. For the last Overmistress, we took our time, got her properly bled out nice and slow. So that's what happened to Kiara's mentor. Died peacefully and her sleep always sounded suspiciously normal. You're a newcomer to the cult, aren't you? You weren't around for the last ritual of ascension. I didn't have the honor of witnessing the blessed event, no. That one put up a fight. It's not like the old days when overmasters, overmistress, and overlords fed to the holy chaos willingly. Ascension is supposed to be an honor, but these modern overs, it's all me, me, me. No sense of community or duty. For the best, we didn't tell this one about the glory that awaited her. She'd likely put up a fuss. She's that sort, isn't she? Just like her predecessor. And her heir, who's to become overmistress now. Like another modern sort, we'll make up some story, seventh whatever of a seventh whatever, and keep him happy till the next ascension. Smile and nod along when they try to change our age-old values. We always conserve our values in the end. But honestly, don't rightly care. Conserve, yeah. Probably won't be alive to see it. Just want to get this one over with and move on. Which will be soon, judging by the quick work he's making of assembling the altar. Don't use the cinch option? Okay. Enough fact-finding, we need to switch to sabotage. Do whatever we can to slow things down. Okay, so don't do the bottom one. I like the helpfully interpreted instructions for it. They're gonna end up with like a dining table or something. Here, let me assist you in this holy endeavor. I read flawless Norwegian. You do? Oh, okay. Proceed. Screw the flange into the spindle rod, then rotate the laminated screw nuts. The what? Flurgle into the spindle, rotate the screw nuts. It's not that complicated. No, not that. That's not the flurgle. No, not that. Look, let me just do it for you. I push past the bewildered old cultist with all the confidence of someone who clearly knows what they're doing. See, flurgle, spindle. Goes in like that. You just gotta force it a little. Wait a minute, these screw nuts aren't laminated. Do they need to be? Of course they need to be laminated. You never talk an unlaminated screw nut. Right? Everyone, like, we've all done that. Like, everyone's flurgled a spindle in their time, and you just know, do not use unlaminated screw nuts. Just how you end up with shoddy furniture. Look, just try to work around that for now. I'll go find the laminator and get back to you. Narrator, they did not in fact get back to If I had $1 for every time I talked an unlaminated screw nut, right? I need that on a fucking t-shirt. That brought me some time. Good. I'm also getting a better picture of what's been going on in this under Kiara's nose. How many overs have they fed to the many-faceted one? How long has this been going on? And how many more dinners does it need to eat before it's strong enough to eat the world? If the last 2 overs have been kept in the dark about all this, then they must be getting desperate to finish the task. They must be close. But hey, no pressure, right? So, to recap, the book is going to be guarded all the way to the ritual site. The Overmistress is also going to be under heavy guard. Our only viable exit is deep within the underground, and the entire location is just swarming with robed wackadoos armed with knives. And the second I burn the book or liberate the Overmistress, we immediately have 100+ cultists on our ass. Even if I could sneakily make Kiara and the book vanish, they'd be searching for us immediately. And I don't trust our hide-and-seek odds. I gotta be honest, even with all my prep work, we are boned. No matter what angle we come at this from, a physical confrontation with the cult is gonna happen, and there's a lot more of them than us. We've got a paradox. The only way to destroy the book and escape with Kiara is if the cult is neutralized. And the only way to neutralize the cult is to destroy the book and escape with Kiara. Yeah, I'm in for high explosives. All in for burning the entire fucking place to the ground, say I. I'm missing an angle. There's something I'm not seeing. Fortunately, I have a collaborator who can help me with it when I'm stuck. You. What am I missing here? Manifested won the whole cult turned on Kiara just because of a magic book told them to. That's their weakness. Something, something, something. Magic book telling you to do things is not a way to run a system. Something, something. Cultists obey one central figure, and if it's not their overmistress, it's their god. Use that. Let's fuck up their magic book. I have a thing against magic books. Oh, okay. I didn't mention the evil chaos god in my rundown, but that's because it's an evil chaos god and out of my league. And since the book gives them a literal hotline to their deity, I can't trick them into believing the MFO wants us to escape. The only way they'd believe that is if the edict comes from the many-faceted one, who isn't likely to cooperate. Sadly, I am not on the same power level as a strange gigaversal entity capable of communicating with this world and influencing events in impossible ways. That's it. That's the play. You are the play. They have their powerful weirdo outsider and I've got mine. You're going to attack and dethrone their god. We get to kill our god. This is making my queer little heart so happy. It's a little heart, but it's very queer. It's not a JRPG until you get to call you queer god. Sound fun? Many-faceted one does see me as a threat, so yeah, I might have a shot at this. I won't pretend I understand how you do the things you do, or even what you really are. But if we're talking overpowered anime protagonist against overpowered anime antagonist, I'm betting on you every time. JRPG, JRPG. Does fading tracing pale around after a few centuries, but it's... okay. You gotta have really good handwriting then. I'm not gonna lie. This is hardly a plan. It's a vague idea of a plan. But it's all we've got. So here we fucking go. So the problem is that it flakes off more than other inks. Like a proper ink settles into the pages. Blood, like most of it will flake off. So yeah, you'll leave more of an impression than you will an actual like inked surface. Okay. Let me pull up, let's call it a mental chalkboard so we can run down the plan. Yes, the final chalkboard. There's three elements in play: the overmistress in her parlor, the sanguinomicon in the library, and the ritual altar outside. When it's go time, they're going to escort the book out the door and the overmistress as well. Exactly. Yeah, blood does not want to stay, like, where it is. But before they get out the door, they must pass through a few bottlenecks in the mansion, and right there's an intersection, the foyer, where the sacrificial victim and the evil book are in the same place. This is where we jump them, get our hands on the book, and then secure our audience in front of the many-faceted one by bleeding into the pages, just like they plan to do with Kiara. It's gross, but as I ascend to my serum 23 dosed blood will bring you along for the ride. Believe me, I'm no fan of this plan. There's a good chance I'm just gonna straight up die, or my soul will wail eternal in a holy choir or whatever. We're gonna, like, literally go into the book and fight God. We agree to do this. We end the threat tonight. I'm glad you're on board with this, because I was going to do it either way, but I need your cooperation to really make this plan work. I know it sucks, but this is what we have, so let's fucking do this. I duck into the mansion, dashing upstairs silently to go change in a bathroom. If I'm doing this as me, not a bathrobe-wearing cultist. The heist. In position just above the foyer, the ambush is spot, dead center between the overmistress's parlor, the library, and the ritual arena. And thanks to sabotaging the altar, I have more than enough time to prep the best possible ambush. The procession approached slowly, Kiara at knife point and the holder of the sacred book joining shortly after. Keep moving, no stalling. You have no concept of the amount of suffering you will feel for this insult to my person. You're the one who turned our beloved cult into a hugbox safe space. Something toxic fandom, something just shut the fuck up. Oof. I'm okay. Why do you need safe spaces? Stop bringing politics into our blood cult. We don't want to deal with your pronouns, we just want to kill people and... I'm okay. This has been a long fucking week. I've already known suffering. Attention, all you snuggie wearing butter knife waving dickwads. Put the target on alert, but confused as to where the attack will come from. The echo of the foyer and my position in the shadows masking me. Who dares? Tonight, the greatest criminal mastermind of their generation is going to steal your cult. Prepare yourselves. Politics is when your cult's overmistress is black woman who doesn't hate trans people. You're fucking right. Oh, it seems the party has begun. Heretic, show yourself immediately. And for the finishing touch, one handful of smoke bombs. And one master thief swinging down from a grappling hook attached to the chandelier above. Oh, Penny. Kill the heretic. Sorry, I see too much 40k stuff in my life these days, and every time I see shit like that, I'm just bringing back to that kind of toxicity. Kitties. It's not enough. I may be a vague blur, but they can swing their knives just as easily as a vague blur and do some damage. Which is part of the plan. I plan to take some wounds, feeling sharp knives of pain on my arms, my side. And when I finally land my epic swashbuckling routine, I wrestle the book away from its keeper with those bloody arms. Wait, Penny, if you do that... No, she cannot. She must not. Too late. Because I'm not there anymore to hear their pleas. Oh, this was a mistake. I'm nowhere. There's no where here. No when, no why, and no how. Yeah, another pronoun bug. It's all good, it happens. No body and no mind, I speak with no voice and can hear no thoughts. I see all of nothing that is nowhere, and it's nothing, there's just nothing. Looks like printer halftone dots to me. Try to focus on my voice. Halftone. Okay, I can hear you. And now that I know what to look for, maybe I can see it too. I need a body if I'm going to figure out how to exist properly, aren't I? Better. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Voice is back. Got my voice back. Okay. We need to hurry this along before my brain turns into a mush of quantum particles or some shit. And definitely wrap it up before they hurt Kiara in the real world. Okay, game face on. Asterix, calm down. Hey, Many-Faceted One, I'm over here to settle some scores on behalf of the Overmistress. What's the matter? You scared? I love how many symbols of fucking... like... how many symbols of power are on display that are all just... like references to the horrors of capitalism and imperialism. The sword, the gun, the scales, the cash, the scepter, like... oof. We assure you that we are not afraid of you. Yeah, there's a lot of going on there. Yeah, you've done an amazing job there. Like, some of those I can definitely recognize from old school stained glass. Yeah, just jab them right in the corneas. Like, that. I have played a lot of fighting games. Like, the hit spots are obviously the blue bit, the pink bit, and the yellow bit. We assure you that we are not afraid of you. Oh, fuck, that thing looks weird. We are power. We are greed. We are lust. We are chaos. We are the combined pride of every overlord, overmistress, and overmaster. They are ascended within us. But we have no need of you, child. You are weakness, a set of uncrossable lines. You lack Kiara Taylor's insatiable desires. Only an over can stand tall within us. As a new facet, you will be devoured instantly and excreted as waste. Oh, we're going hardcore. Yeah, apparently Penny's not horny enough. Dude, gross. Sorry, we only do soft vor here, we don't do hard vor. Unless you play an incredible game called A Harmless Bite. If you're into hard vor and real powerful stuff, highly recommend it. Hang on, so you're a giant wad of like souls or minds or whatever culled from every cult leader since the start of it all? Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the thing, that probably started as nothing and then it got like, just the belief was what generated it. Like, it probably started as a scam for power and just manifested itself through that belief. Accurate. I get it now. You're a grifter. A what? I mean, the cult's a grift, right? You nurture these overs, make them good and power hungry, then eat them to grow stronger. The cult only exists to feed you. You're a parasite, leeching off what they have to offer, making false promises while few benefit over the many. Organized religion statement. That's a con artist routine. That's a classic pyramid scheme. You're nothing more than an interdimensional grifter. Without the cult propping you up, you'd have nothing. This is just making me think of like those mega churches and stuff like that. Like capitalized religion. Like the consumerist religious class, which just absorbs and feeds because you know it's all a grift. Yeah, yeah, capitalism as well, but it's just like this very specific, the way it relates to the cult is very mega church feel. It's honestly kind of pathetic. This is the sloppiest, laziest con job I've ever seen. I could win more souls doing 3-card Monty on a street corner. How dare you! We are chaos incarnate, a million minds in harmonious hunger. We will break the boundary and devour your world. The fourth wall they're gonna break. You're a house pet. Once they stop putting your food in your bowl, you'll starve. Your words are meaningless. You are nothing prepared to be obliterated. Oh, hi there. Mind if I interrupt? You arrogant, obnoxious, pathetic little presence. We already warned you to leave the Overmistress be. You ignored our warning. You will be obliterated as well. Oh, make a deal, you go away forever, and it collapse. Nah. Come at me. If you think you're hard enough. Only one way to deal with bullies like this, and this is to take them on head on. Very well. Goodbye, passenger. And absolutely nothing happens. I could literally close this reality and uninstall it. Yeah, pretty much. What? Why aren't you obliterated? We can crush gods in our jaws. What are you? Penny, I need you to cover your ears for a moment while I sort this out. Please trust me. As you've trusted me before, I'm getting shivers. Okay, you know you've got my trust. I'll just imagine I can't hear or see anything in it. What do you know? That works in this non-space. I'm offline. Tap me when you're done. What is this? You think you can beat me with words? Laughable. Tell me, oh distant and useless voice, what truths do you hold that can possibly harm us? The reason you can't devour me because everything is just, oh god, we've gone all Thimbleweed Park. I'm the only cosmic horror in this world. You're not. You're a fictional character. You're ultimately nothing but a picture of PNG file alpha. Fucking losing it. I'm losing it. Yeah. The thing is that I know how this game is designed. I know how visual novels are built, and that is literally exactly the truth. You're ultimately nothing but bits. You're a PNG file with alpha transparency. You're a pre-written script. Impossible. We are what we are. We are not a plaything. We are not digital information. You have no proof. You cannot be truthful. We are. No, break it over the, yeah, no. Goodbye fourth wall. Goodbye fifth wall. Goodbye every other wall in the house. Like, we're gonna break this fucker into pieces and throw it out the fourth wall. Fucking red pie. No. Holy shit. It's even got the lines of the card. Error name, many faceted, is God is not defined. I'm losing it. I'm absolutely losing it. This is the true meta. This is the true encapsulation of it all, of everything that a visual novel is, and that what we as players represent. We cannot be. You're breaking every rule. You're not supposed to do this. If this is a narrative, you destroy immersion by doing this. You are ruining everything. You think I won't uninstall the world? You think I won't shut the whole thing down? Penny may not be real, but they're real to me. Every time I act, I have 3 predetermined choices. Even I have limits, so don't whine if you don't like it. You're ruining my immersion. Unthinkable, wretched, sloppy. This is unacceptable. We should have a proper challenge to the death, not this cheating. We cannot beat you. If this is true, you are unreachable. You, you're impossible to defeat. We are merely one of many simple enemies arranged for them to thwart. No different, no stronger. I love that the capitalization of the speech has dropped out as well. They've realized they're not a powerful entity anymore. They've realized they have nothing. Yeah, plot armor is literally our weapon. Oh, we are nothing, a temporal amusement for you, a stepping stone for Penny Larceny. We are nothing compared to them, and we are nothing compared to you. We will abandon this timeline. Better that than risk annihilation. Damn you, damn you. You have triumphed. Now leave us alone. Is it over yet? Did you kick its ass? Oh, hey, I can see in here again. That's neat. So, how'd we do? Do it. Terminal nuclear weapons, psionic railgun, transdimensional disintegrating I-beams. I used the truth. No more, no less. Well, that's nice and fucking enigmatic. As long as you stomped a hole in Cthulhu and walked it dry, I don't really care about specifics. And without Mr. Spooky Three-Eyed Jerkbutt blocking us, you can pull us back to reality, right? Your rescuer vanquished into the pages of the Sanguinomicon. They failed their task. Now nothing will stop your ascension, dear overmistress. The instant I merge with the many-faceted one, I am going to unravel your sanity strand by strand, you miserable little toady. And we're back. One advantage to being the new master of the Sanguinomicon, when I return to reality, my wounds are healed and I'm holding the book. Wait, that's two advantages. Look, the point is that I have the advantage and they do not. I have finished my reading assignment and it's time for my book report. Miss Larceny? Heretic! And with absolute confidence I hold the Sanguinomicon up high, pages open and ready. Psst, that's your cue. Do your thing. Speak through the book. The fucking references here. Oh, third. Yeah, I'll go third. Okay. Alright, you primitive screwheads, listen up. And immediately the cultists freeze in their tracks. The voice of the many-faceted one. It speaks to our hearts through the holy tome of the Sanguinomicon. I don't know, sounds a bit different than last time. Silence, whelp. Allow it to fill your heart with anti-light. Oh, this was a test. You've grown weary of your pathetic. Cult's closed. Now kindly fuck off. What? Closed? Can they do that? Can they just close down the cult? The words of the many-faceted one are not to be denied, lest your sanity be torn to shreds. Very well. How shall we fuck off, our lord? Good Life of Brian references. Get in the sea! Over the cliff. Just go away and leave me alone before we, I don't know, eat your mind. Something along those lines. Not the most convincing argument, but whatever. And finally, I struck one of the magnesium flares from my overpacked thievery kit and hold it over the book. Fuck. Two flower. Why? Why? I have to go now. My planet needs me. Wow, the many-faceted one came from another planet? I guess. It matters not. Flee, flee before we are all burned. And the book burns brightly in my hands before I toss its crumbling, glowing embers aside. Cultists flee into the night, screaming and running, terrified of the holy book's destruction and their god's wrath. Hang on, does this mean they're all gonna burn to death since I burned the book? I might have spread a rumor among those lines at one point, just to prevent any book thieving usurpers. Classic. It's like, oh yeah, don't set fire to the book or you'll all catch fire, just so you know. Let's get the fuck out of here before anyone figures it out. We quite quickly slip back into the mansion, head underground, and hijack a boat to motor our way on out of there. The cultists left on foot, meaning we're free and clear to sail off into the night. And so falls the cult of the many-faceted one. So falls my position of power, wealth, and privilege. No more 5-star dinners every night, no more classical literature and violin well into the wee hours. No more lurid, steamy, dripping, wet 30-participant orgies. 30's a lot. I mean, we could probably still arrange that last one if you want. Wouldn't be the same. But you get to live. That's a good trade. What's more, now you're free. Lead any kind of life you want. Grasp for any future you want. You're free from all control. And I'll be right there with you, helping you find the future you deserve. I love you, and I want to be here for you. Thank you, Penny. I cherish you dearly as well. Still, a pity we couldn't liquidate more cult assets before departing. Perhaps if we stayed and pilfered an item or three? Too risky. The less worshipful members of the congregation probably have the same idea right now. And thus I must scrape by in abject poverty instead of decadent finery. With only a mere $1 million to my name. $1 million? I know, such a paltry sum. I stashed it away in an untraceable account for a rainy day some years back. It is paltry, right? That can only buy, what, perhaps a small mansion? I rarely pay attention to such minutiae. In the current housing crisis? 2-bedroom apartment. Max. Like, and not even a particularly good apartment block. Like, you're probably gonna be okay renting for that with that much over a period of time, but even that's not gonna last you that much in the long term. Especially not for 2 people. Actually, with inflation, that's not really enough to really live large on. Yeah, best I can do is a closet in a high school gymnasium. It's enough to get our legend started. You want a bold and beautiful future, right? Your charisma, my street smarts, your connections, my cleverness. Yeah, Penny could steal a deed. We're going to take this world by storm, and we won't need a cult to do it. I rather like the way you think, Penny. Very well. Kiara and Penny, the power couple of crime. 2 unstoppable, beautiful villains. Let this world tremble at the power of our passion and the depths of our desires. Let it grow green with envy. Together, our love will conquer enemies and overthrow tyrants. We will dominate. Yes, my overmistress. Dominate me. Dominate me. I'm ready. 2 epic masks, forging their legend. Bring it on. The cult scattered to the winds that night. A few attempts were made to rally them under new banners, but they couldn't hold it together. And while they disintegrated, Kiara and I rose as power players in the mask scene. We get a proper little epilogue bit. Soon we grew our little criminal operation into an internationally wanted duo, always one step ahead of the lot. They gave her the big hat! They gave her the big hat! Oh. Yeah. We'd throw fancy parties and earn favor with the rich and powerful, then it's escape into the night to do it all over again somewhere else. And whenever we came to town, oh, things got wild, wet and wild and lewd and all kinds of naughty. They were roommates. We threw massive parties in the middle of repressive countries, letting people love who they wanted to love regardless of the law. I can't believe it took this long to embrace a life of absolute freedom. This is who I was meant to be, not some mystic figurehead. Yeah, it's so good. I love it. And the love we've found, I was certain I could never feel love again, not after letting it slip through my fingers once. I am pleased to have been completely wrong about that as well. Our hearts entwined are a force wonderful and terrible to behold, and we shall kneel in respect of our passions. In minor line of work, you learn to look at the big picture, crafting your design for it one step at a time. Everything connects up, dotted lines and arrows and symbols, the path leading from A to B to C to D. When you do your job right, it's clean and precise, professional and awesome. I love it when a plan comes together. It's not possible to predict every step, of course. A skilled schemer is also an impressive improviser. You adjust the plan on the fly. But in the end, you get where you're going, where you need to be. Now I'm where I needed to be, and everything has fallen neatly into place. My name is Penny Larceny, and believe it or not, I saved the world. And now, that world is ours.
Instead, I am reeling from constantly dealing with everything that has gone wrong. I got a red soul back on the stage, hoping now you'll give me a chance. But then suddenly you point a gun at my shoes, pull the hammer back and say dance. So put me at the back of the house, put me on the bench. I don't wanna be the show, I just wanna run the show. Put me at the back of the house, put me on the bench. I don't wanna be the show, I just wanna run the show.
It's such a good fucking song.
So put me at the back of the house, put me on the bench. I don't wanna be the show, I just wanna run the show. Put me at the back of the house, put me on the bench. I don't wanna be the show, I just wanna run the show. I got vision, I'm just in it for the sake of the art. I got vision, I'm just in it for the sake of the art.
Oh, I need to get a copy of this song. I need a copy of it. Holy shit, I need a copy. I need a copy. I can just... Oh. Yeah, I need to get a hold of it. Sorry, I need to vibe. I just need to vibe to this.
So put me at the back of the house, put me on the bench. I don't wanna be the show, I just wanna run the show. Put me at the back of the house, put me on the bench. I don't wanna be the show, I just wanna run the show. I got vision, I'm just in it for the sake of the art. I got vision, I'm just in it for the sake of the art. I got vision, I'm just in it for the sake of the art. The 5 feet of
This recording, this is my goodbye note. This is a confession. I don't know whatever you want to call it. I don't get to name it. I can say that I had the best of intentions. I can say anger got the better of me. I can say society gave me no other options. But it doesn't matter. In the end, it was me. I murdered the world. My cure for cancer was sloppy, flawed. I can blame my lack of funding or my peers refusing to work with me, or... It doesn't matter. I failed. It backfired spectacularly, becoming a viral form of cancer, a plague. Most of humanity isn't going to survive this. I can't apologize to the dead, and my apologies are worthless for the living. Dr. Mayhem in the world unleashed absolute mayhem in this world, and it's just that my own cancer takes me down with it. Goodbye. These are the other stories. This can't be how it ends. Not after everything. It's the new game plus. It's leading you into the next story. The Gigaverse is fluid and non-linear. There is a way back if you refuse to accept this fate. And if I fail again, I'll see the larger shape of it, and from that I can assemble a solution. With each timeline explored, more knowledge, more information, seeing the bigger picture from every angle. This is how it will work. Time spins in reverse, decisions, destinies unwind back to the start, and the path opens up to you anew. Welcome to New Game Plus. Fuck. Now you can skip a timeline to the tutorial, past the tutorial. And when you hit off, oh. So, I want to do Farsights, but I think we leave that. I think that is the perfect place to leave it. How about y'all? I think that is a perfect place for me to leave that one, because I want y'all to go out and get this game and play it and find out how these stories end. Go buy this and play this game. Go pick it up on itch, go pick it up on Steam, go play it, make different choices to me, make the same choices as me, choose everything, choose it all, explore the lot. Hit start, okay. Oh, we get a content warning. Oh, it tells you all of them. The work begins. 4 timelines remain. Work for all villains. Discover their truths. Dawn of the first day. Fuck. Okay. And then we go there, and then we get back to this bit. Oh. Yeah, you can date both the ads. You can date everyone. Yeah. Oh. Holy shit. Just... Thank you everyone who's come with me on this journey. This is the first digital diversity stream where we've done 3 streams in one game, and I tell you what, it was worth it. I feel this game in my heart. I feel this in my soul, if such a thing exists. This is the validation I needed in the societal bullshit that we all deal with every single day, the struggle that we face, the chaos and the heartache and the brutality of it all. How you are not a failure. How the system is built around... The system is built around pain and brutality and consumption and... But we don't have to. We are more than that. We are community. We are the antithesis of hate. And we work together, and we are comrades, and we stand side by side against the bigotry and the pestilence that is the hate of all of this capitalist, consumerist, supremacist bullshit. And it takes telling stories like this to gather us together. To not be afraid to say, shit's broken. Shit is fucked up. And that's not our fault. But we can do things. Even if it's making safe spaces for our community. And being there for each other. And being there as we tell our stories. And we share our pains and our joys. And that's what I'm getting out of Penny Larceny. Penny Larceny, this game is all about the joys and the pain and the struggle and the triumph. And I want you to go out and get it. Go out, get it. Go get Arcade Spirits. Yeah, I'll drop you a line and we'll do the interview because I have a lot of feels and I have a lot to talk about. But I want to thank you all for joining me on this start of digital diversity for 2024. Last year was rough. This year's starting out hard. But we can fucking do this. We can be gay. We can do crimes. We can stand up for what is right even if the system is against us. We can be the... That's okay, thank you. I'm just finishing up. But yeah, thank you all for being here. If you haven't already, go catch the rest of the VODs up on the archive over on YouTube. Just Digital Diversity Project. Go check out some of the other games. Go to NBKaiju, nbkaiju.com. Check out the interviews. I will have an interview up with the wonderful creator of this game soon. And yeah, if you want to support the Digital Diversity Project, there's a lot of different ways. Patreon, Ko-fi, all that sort of fun stuff. It's all there. I'm overwhelmed right now. Words are hard. But I appreciate y'all. So, from me and from the Digital Diversity Project, thank you for being here. Look after yourselves. Look after each other. Remember that you are not alone. The system is not your fault. You are living in the system and doing the best you can. And yeah, and if you can't be good, at least be good at it. A fantastic message to end it off with. Thank you. But yeah. And keep telling queer stories. Keep telling marginalized stories. Keep telling your stories. If you are a queer game developer and you've made a game, let me know. I want to check it out like I have done with this, like I've done with all these other games. I have something really fun planned for next one, if it's all good to go. We'll see how that goes up, but we have a massive list of games to stream, and I will be back same time every week, every Sunday, 11:30 AEDT, or when we eventually switch over to AEST, which is like 7:30 EST. I don't fucking know. Time zones are wild. I'm plus 11 during daylight savings, plus 10 when not. Don't ask. Society. So here's a pat for the cat. For y'all. What even is time, right? What even is time? Let's finish this off with a little kitty time. Come on. What? Oh, let's finish this off with a little riding time. Just a little love from this boy. Yeah. There we go. Back you go. And yeah. He wants some love now. Yeah. So yeah. I will be back. Check out the VODs, all that fun stuff. If you missed the first couple of streams of this, go check it out. This game is amazing. Go pick it up. And I will see you wonderful folks next time. Stay safe out there. Keep being proud of y'all. I'm just gonna ramble and then I'm gonna go crash and eat pizza. So stay safe, everyone. Thank you, all of you. I needed this. Bye.